Task 4, Operating System. Before your computer arrives on campus, it will need to have the correct operating system installed. An operating system is software on a computer that maintains the way different programs use the hardware and regulates the way a user controls the computer. This section will focus on how to tell if your computer is running the correct operating system and what to do. The purpose of this section is to help you figure out what you are supposed to do here. The fundamental question of this section, very similar to the last one, is does your computer meet the operating system requirement? So one possible answer is going to be yes. And your answer may be yes if you, of course, went out and bought a new computer. If you went out and bought a new computer that has the required operating system installed, you want to make sure that you go through section 4.6 to ensure that you know what the local username and password is going to be before you arrive on campus, because you're going to need that information. So task 4.6 kind of covers those important types of things. Once you're done with that, just go ahead and proceed to task 5, which covers how to create a system restore image. There's nothing much more that you need to do in task 4. You can certainly skim through task 4 just to see what all is there in case you might need to go back and reference other things, such as how to do backups. The second possible answer that you may have to this question is no. And if your answer is no, then you pretty much have two options here. The first option is you can do what's called an upgrade installation. Your second option is what we call kind of a clean install or a reformat. So if you choose the upgrade option, usually it means that you're just trying to go from Windows 7 Pro 64-bit to Windows 8 Pro 64-bit. In the PDF version of these detailed instructions, I do have kind of a small little table that shows if you're coming from Windows 7 exactly what versions can go to Windows 8 Pro, so that might be something worth looking at if you don't have the correct operating system. The next one here is the clean install. And why do people choose the reformat option? Well, the first reason may be because you're running Windows Media Center or Windows Home and you can't get it to do the upgrades. You're just going to do a clean install. The second reason may be because you have a virus infection. Third, maybe because you're unable to install software or uninstall software. It may be that your computer has a hardware malfunction, such as the C drive dies and you have to replace it, meaning that you have to do a clean install of Windows. Or you may simply want to go from a 32-bit operating system to a 64-bit operating system. So regardless of which one you choose, the first thing you're going to have to do is a backup. So section 4.2 covers how to do backups. Next, you'll have to obtain drivers. So if you choose the reformat route, you'll need to continue on to task 4.3. If you choose the upgrade option, I don't really have an instruction set for the upgrade option, so I would recommend contacting a vendor to help you through the upgrade option. About 90% of people do the clean install or the reformat, and that's why I usually put that instruction set here instead. So 4.3, how to obtain drivers. This is if you're doing a clean install. So it covers how to log into Dell's website with your service tag, how to download drivers, how to organize them, how to figure out what your driver install order is going to be. Section 4.4 covers how to obtain Windows, so it covers how to access the DreamSpark website, how to get Windows 8 for free, how to download it, how to install it or create an install media. Section 4.5 covers how to install Windows. So the hardest thing everybody says about the network setup is the installing Windows part, and more specifically it's about how to get the media, how to get your computer to boot off the thumb drive. It can be a little tricky. There's a lot of timing kind of things, and sometimes you just have to be really patient and keep trying and you'll eventually get it. I will let you know that if you purchase a computer in 2014, so anything from 2014 on, So if you purchase one in 2014 on, you may have a security setting that you may have to turn off in your system BIOS. And this setting is designed to kind of protect your computer from viruses and malicious software, so it's trying to do it at a very low level. Remember from the security section that malicious attackers are trying to reach at lower levels to infect your computer so it can bypass your operating system mechanisms that's supposed to protect your computer. So the newer systems now have a little setting inside of the BIOS that basically prevents you from reformatting your computer. So you may have to go in there to turn it off so that you can get Windows installed and then turn it back on when you're done. If you're not sure how to do that, I recommend contacting your computer vendor. So if you have a Dell, I would recommend contacting Dell. You can even search Dell's website. They may have some instructions on how to do it. So after hearing all of this about task 4.2 through 4.5, you're probably wondering, well, do I want to hire somebody to do all of these steps for me? Or do I dare try this myself? So if you do hire somebody to do this for you, they will install Windows 8 for you. They will not obtain Windows for you. So you'll have to go out to DreamSpark and obtain Windows and create the install media. If you're unable to do that and they have to obtain it for you, they're going to charge you a fee for that. So they'll basically charge you for a license of Windows. So there's no reason, to have to pay for Windows when you can get it for free. They will obtain drivers for you. They will not do backups for you, so you'll have to do your own backups. Obviously that makes sense. They don't know what you want backed up. They don't know where your data's at, so you have to back up your own data. So that's the decision that you'll have to make yourself. So hopefully once you're done doing all of this, whether if you do it yourself or you take it to a vendor, you'll be ready to proceed on to task 5. Now a third possible answer other than yes or no to does my computer meet the operating system requirement is going to be I don't know, and probably maybe more than half of you might answer I don't know. And if you answer I don't know, you can go to task 4.1, which covers how to determine your computer's operating system. So once you're done with that section, we're hoping that you can maybe go back to here and ask yourself again, does your computer meet the operating system requirement? And you should be able to answer yes or no.